What's up, comic fans? We are here to give you my top 10 comics of 2020. That's right, top 10 comics of 2020 right after this. Welcome back. Don't forget, hit that like, subscribe, notification bell, and if it pleases you, share it with whoever you deem might find this valuable. Alright, also look for new content from me Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and alternate weekends. So, I'm bringing to you my personal top 10 comics of 2020. Yes, it's the top 10 Cup O Comics special. 10. These are the comics for me that made an impact on my 2020. So let's dive right in. Alright, first off, we got an honorable mention. Honorable mention goes to Firepower with Robert Kirkman and Chris Samney. It's a really fun book. 2020 was just the start of it. Created by Robert Kirkman and Chris Samney, the main protagonist, Owen Johnson, has turned his back on a power and destiny he never wanted. Now it's come back to threaten his family and the normal life he lives. Firepower is a fun martial arts comic which is excellently written with amazing art. Honorable mention. Alright, let's get into the top 10. 10. That's right, number 10, we've got Marauders. Jerry Dugan is killing it on Marauders. Written by Jerry Dugan and artists Matteo Loli and Stefano Caselli, this book that started as a nautical mutant pirate book has developed into a great book focusing on saving oppressed mutants and running the day-to-day drug trade of Krakoa, both legal and on the black market. This comic has turned Captain Kate Pryde, now the Red Queen, into one of the most beloved X-Men these days. This comic is the perfect blend of drama, action, and over-the-top comedy. 9. Alright, for number 9, we're going DC. We've got Deceased, Dead Planet. Tom Taylor is killing this book. Written by Tom Taylor with art by Trevor Hairsine, blockbuster Deceased focuses on a new Justice League that has left Earth after the corrupted anti-life equation devastated the planet. A distress call brings the group back to the planet and all hell breaks loose again. This book is definitely the Walking Dead of the DC universe. Here I have some variant covers. Here's a movie poster, Blade Runner style. And here we have Peach Momoko and her Poison Ivy. 8. Alright, coming in at number 8, we're going back to Marvel. We've got The Immortal Hulk. This is Al Ewing, Joe Bennett. We've had Alex Ross on all the covers. Amazing storyline. It's going to go to issue 50. By the time 2020 rolled around, we were on issue 29. And the Hulk was in Arizona, saving the world from Roxxon. Written by Al Ewing with art by Joe Bennett. Covers by Alex Ross. When night falls, something other than Bruce Banner gets up. The horror that is the Immortal Hulk. In the latest issues of the Hulk, the leader has infected the mind of the Hulk, but something more sinister lies in wait. This comic is the perfect body horror book Hulk fans didn't know they needed. 7. At number 7, we've got Batman. We had James Tynion take over on Batman from Tom King, and he crushed it. James Tynion IV, with art by Gillen March, Danny Miki, and Jorge Jimenez. With story arcs like their Dark Designs featuring Deathstroke, and then the highly anticipated Joker War, introducing a Joker, the likes of which we had never seen, solely focused on beating the Batman, this series has been on fire. It has also introduced hot new characters to the comic, including the Clown Hunter and Punchline. 6. We've got Thor. This popped off in January of 2020. By Donny Cates and Nick Klein. Thor is now king and the 10 realms are at peace. But that peace does not last long as Thor battles Black Winters, longtime friends, and old personas. In this series that tests not only Thor's physical abilities, but his mental capacity as well. 5. Again, another Marvel book. Also another Donny Cates book. Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman. Boom, on Venom. And by the time we got to 2020, we were on issue 22 and we were in Venom Island, part 2. Written by Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman.
This Venom series has been thousands of years in the making, focusing on an ancient evil hell-bent on using symbiotes to destroy the Earth. Eddie Brock fights this cosmic evil while trying to be a great father to his newly discovered son Dylan. Yikes.
For number 4, we're going indie. Finally getting some indies. We got IDW, we've got Kanto 2, The Hollow Men. This is a very touching tale of this little guy Kanto and his friends as they try to save their civilization.
Written by David M. Bohr, with art by Drew Zucker. This fantastical epic tale inspired by Dante's Inferno and The Wizard of Oz is the perfect comic for all ages. Kanto, the Clockwork Knight, exudes bravery in the face of all danger and makes for a fun read with a great message.
Brings us to number 3 as we get closer to that number 1. And we've got Daredevil, Chip Zdarsky.
Written by Chip Zdarsky, this comic has the man without fear examining the one thing he might fear, himself. A great deep dive into the man known as Daredevil.
And by the time we got to 2020, we were in issue 16, and Daredevil was rekindling his relationship with Elektra, which brings us to Daredevil number 25, which blew up when Elektra finally dons the Daredevil costume. Once in future, which by the time 2020 rolls around, we're in issue number 6. Duncan has got to accept his role as to what he is. Hopefully Gran has taught him well enough that he can go out and battle King Arthur himself.
Written by Kieran Gillen, art by Dan Mora. Duncan, a museum curator, gets sucked into a world of magic by his ex-monster hunter grandmother, Bridget. What follows is an exciting and hilarious myth-filled adventure.
Excellent series. And that brings us to number 1 of my top 10 books for 2020. We have another indie, another Boom Studios. That's right, you guessed it. We have Something is Killing the Children, number 1, Erica Slaughter. Whew. James Tynion the 4th, killing it. Werther Del Edra, I think that's how you say his name. Amazing art in this book. Here we have the shiny local comic book shop day cover. But by the time we get to 2020, we're in issue number 5, where Erica Slaughter is bringing it to the creatures, bringing it to these nightmare beasts, and slicing and dicing.
James Tynion IV, with art by Werther Del Edera. Her name is Erica Slaughter, and she kills monsters. This horror book has it all. Monsters, a kick-butt heroine, great writing, and magnificent art. I can't wait to see what happens to the town of Archer's Peak.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me on my top 10 comics of 2020. Those were truly 10 comics that I enjoyed in 2020. Those weren't the only 10, but those were the top 10 that came to mind when I was making this list. If you agreed, disagreed, think I left something off, think I should have put something on, feel free to put something in the comments. Let me know. We will talk about it. I look forward to doing this list again for 2021. I'm already looking out for those great books. Remember, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You know the rigmarole. Share this if you think somebody will like it. And do what you do, because I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to go enjoy another year of comics. Peace! 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's the 10 comic commandments. What? 1.